To my wonderful readers, sorry about that last cliffhanger. Well, no, not really. Ha 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 ha! But seriously, I love you guys. Seriously, Rick? You're the worst. First of all, I beg of you, please do not use the comment section of this video to haggle me about other reviews. I have more than enough on my plate at the moment. They will come when they come. So if you're going to comment on this video, just comment about Percy Jackson. Or anything except book review requests, because I get about 20,000 of those a day and I just don't want to see them anymore. Okay, maybe not anymore, just for the next few months. Let's try to keep Cassidy's stress levels just here, at a very moderate, easy to deal with level, and not up here in like the wife in The Shining kind of way. There was a point to this video. Oh yes, House of Hades. Of course, I read it the day it came out at midnight. Yeah, of course I did. Don't know why I got so many messages. Why haven't you read it? Why haven't you read it? Why haven't you read it? Of course I read it. Of course I read it. I just haven't had any time to review it up until now. We have a lot to discuss, my friends. I appreciated that House of Hades didn't even take a minute. We dove into things immediately. It doesn't work for every book series per se, but there are some book series that just work better when you dive right into the action. There's not really much need for a huge premise. I think Rick Riordan knows at this point that his audience have been reading his books for a long time and can keep up with him pretty easily. People typically don't just pick up book 5 of a long series, which had a prequel series, just cold turkey and read. So, I mean, it makes sense. And it starts out intense, and then it just gets so intense, you can't really stand it. Like, it's just like, who's gonna die, who's gonna live? It turns out, you're A-okay for this book. So I'm gonna say something now that I know you guys are gonna be like, oh, a Percybeth shipper likes this part, oh, big surprise. First of all, shut up. Second of all, there are reasons. So what I'm going to say now is, well, I liked the Tartarus part of the book, like, a lot better than the other parts of the book. It's not because, oh my gosh, Percy and Annabeth, my babies, oh my gosh, so cute. Look at them surviving the depths of Greek hell together. Oh my shipper heart. No, because I pay attention to important things most of the time. I just thought Tartarus was cool. Percy and Annabeth are incredibly impressive characters. They just land in Tartarus, and the minute they're there, they look at each other, and they start to formulate a plan. Okay, so here's how we're going to survive. Hallelujah! Do you know how many couples in young adult fiction, for some reason, just like, cannot get over obstacles together? Like, they start to blame each other and fight, and then they don't realize until the other one's in danger that, oh, I was just being silly, I've loved you all along. And then again, it's not really in Percy and Annabeth's, characters, but still, kind of refreshing to read. They get into Tartarus and they have a game plan. We are going to survive this. And the way we're going to do it is by sticking together, not fighting, teamwork. It all just like, they have things that they know that if they bring them together, they can survive Tartarus. And it's a good thing that Rick Riordan did it like this too, otherwise they would have been way out of character. It would be kind of wrong to say that Percy and Annabeth aren't the bickering type, but they're not. It's more like they used to be, but they've grown past that. We've noticed this in the past few books. They haven't really had Percy Jackson and the Olympians type arguments. So, that's a matter of consistency, which I appreciate. Then it's just the fact that Tartarus is freaking cool. You have to drink this fire, and then there's Bob down there, and I loved that he included old monsters, like the Imposi were there, the vampires and Kelly or whatever. Like, that's kind of great. Hyperion was there. evil people, all kinds of evil people. You know what Cassidy loves more than evil people? Nothing! Anyway, just a cool storyline in general. I really, really liked the characters we met in Tartarus. And my favorite part of the entire book happened with Nyx. So I want to get a picture with your favorite child. Yikes. That whole scene just cracked me up. I mean, that is the Percy and Annabeth that I just adore. Like I said, it's not to say that the other parts of the book weren't, exciting. The reason why I like Tartarus a lot better because it's different than things that we're used to. It's a lot darker than what we're used to. So the great part about the plot without Percy and Annabeth is we get to see the characters without Percy and Annabeth. And it's a little bit surprising how much they needed them. I guess I never really took a moment to consider how important they were to the team. Like, I knew they were important, but I didn't really think, oh yeah, these are the leaders of the team. Without them, there's no one. But then if you go back and read, like, Son of Neptune, Mark of Athena, then you realize that Annabeth and Percy, even considering Jason, have kind of just taken charge. It's just the kind of people they are. So without them, it's just kind of like, what do we do? It gave other characters a time to shine. Riordan also brought back some old villains on that side, and that was pretty cool. Anyway, I want to get into characters, because I have a lot to say about them. Percy and Annabeth, obviously, like I said, just really cool stuff in Tartarus. Did a lot of cool stuff to their characters, like, oh my gosh, one of my favorite parts of this novel is the fact that Annabeth, I think, didn't realize how powerful Percy was. I mean, she knew, but she didn't know. Because when Percy got really mad at that one evil lady and was suffocating her in her own poisons and stuff, and he was just like, a vengeful god. Annabeth was like, whoa, just take it easy, man. Can't really blame her because angry, powerful Percy is a very terrifying Percy. Which brings me to my next note. Perseus Jackson, what is wrong with you? I've heard multiple theories on the good old interweb. A lot of them are just kind of hopeful theories like, oh, I think Percy's gonna go crazy and kill everybody. Oh, I think this is gonna happen and Percy and Annabeth are gonna break up. It's just people who just want angst. Like, this book did not have enough. Thanks, Nico. But I have heard some theories that I think sound pretty legitimate about Percy's well-being. Like, what is wrong with this kid? It might be nothing. I'm not saying, oh, it might be nothing, but no, really, it seriously might be nothing. Like, maybe I'm just reading way too far into it, because it happens. I do that. I tend to do that. But it seemed like at times there was something wrong with him, the way that there was something wrong with Luke when Cronus took him over, or was starting to take him over. That's not to say that Cronus is taking over Percy Jackson's brain or anything that severe, but you notice that there were moments where Percy didn't quite seem like himself. But, other than that, Percy's character this book, way to just be solid. Also, gonna have to point this out. Perseus frickin' Jackson. You have had Riptide for how long now? And you've never written with it? Percy! You are so stupid. I mean, I friggin' love you, but you're a friggin' idiot. He's never written with Riptide. Like, the thought never even occurred to him. Like, yeah, my pen can turn into a giant sword, but can it write? I don't know. Percy, go to the corner. Go to the corner forever. So all the characters other than Percabeth, like I said, without Percy and Annabeth, actually started to shine a little bit more in this novel. So we got to see the grungier side of Jason. He's not as perfect and composed anymore. He's starting to deteriorate at the edges, which is kind of a terrible thing to want for one of your favorite characters. But at the same time, it brings a lot of good things out of them. It shows just how human that Jason is. If you still don't love Jason after this book, I don't know what to do with you. Actually, gonna take that a step further. If you don't like Jason, Hazel, Frank, especially Frank and Piper, like, are you kidding? After this book, I don't know what to do with you. If you still think Piper is a Mary Sue, no, she's not. This is not an argument. This is not a debate. By definition, Piper is not a Mary Sue. Not even close. I don't think Rick Riordan has ever written a Mary Sue, Gary Sue character in his writing career. Freaking Leo. All the crazy stuff. Leo and Calypso. Like, oh, First of all, I freaking knew it! This is my happy dance because I totally knew this was gonna happen. And the minute that Leo was like, oh, nowhere to be found, I was like, oh, Gija! And I was right! I'm so excited about this, I don't think you understand. I gotta say, best character of this book award has to go to Frank. I mean, I love them all. I really do. You know I do. But Frank, man. Frank stepped it up in this book. He stepped it up as a leader. He stepped it up as a soldier. It's not about the bulky muscles. I mean, that's great and all, but I mean, you remember that shy Roman kid lacking in confidence? It's not him anymore. It's not him. He has developed so nicely, and I really like it. Ooh, one thing I forgot to mention. Let's talk about the fact that some of the characters want to go to New Rome, some of the characters want to go to Greek camp. Some of you are really upset about that. It is not that big of a deal. Percy and Annabeth, I totally get it. They want to be somewhere where they can, you know, raise their kids and do all that cool married people stuff. You know, they're gonna get married. I mean, come on, please. Speaking of which, Percy and Annabeth being like, oh, ask me again when we're out of Greek hell. I was like, oh, so cute. And then the Romans wanting to go to Greek camp. Why not? Why not? It's not about loyalty, it's about where they best belong. It doesn't mean that Percy's gonna be like, oh, F the Greeks then. I mean, come on. It's Percy. It's Percy. I just don't think it's something that you should get all worked up about. Okay, so I was kind of just saving this because I know you guys, and I know you're gonna want to talk about it. Nico D'Angelo. I have gotten just hundreds of frantic messages about Nico D'Angelo in this book. Greatest plot twist ever. No, I'm not saying it's not technically a plot twist, because I mean, I definitely didn't expect it. But the greatest? Rick Riordan, you have very, very, very few boo-boos in your writing, your plots, your characters, but I am going to consider this your biggest yet. Now, before you get mad, it's not the whole gay thing. I don't care about that. It's just like, really? You guys buy this? Oh, that's why I'm so angry all the time. I did it out of love. What? Nico did this all out of love. All his angst from book 3 on, all out of love for Percy Jackson. You buy this. You really buy this. I'm not arguing that Rick Riordan doesn't know his characters better than me or anyone else, but I mean, this probably wasn't something that was decided right away. I mean, I just don't believe that. It didn't feel natural. It didn't feel like it flowed with his character development. Nico was only this angsty and this pissy and this angry and this dark in this book. He's been angsty and dark in past books, sure, but not like this. Percy has described him as what? Creepy. He's a creepy kid. He hangs out with dead people. He talks to ghosts and skeletons, and he just wears black all the time, and he has his aviator jacket and his Stygian sword, and he's just, and, you know, like a loner. That's just, he's not a bad guy. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be a loner, to wear black. Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying the word that has been described for Nico is creepy. Up until this book. Then it became more like angry. Just mad at the world. He's never been this way. It just did not feel like smooth character development. It came out of nowhere. It didn't feel like it moved along with his character development. It wasn't natural. It all just kind of happened. Like suddenly Nico is angry and gay. I mean, fine. It's not that big of a deal. It honestly, seriously doesn't do that much for the plot. It doesn't bug me that much. What bugs me is the fact that everybody's like, oh my gosh, best part of the book. The best part of the book? I can't counter your opinion. It's an opinion, but I mean, really? I don't care if he has a crush on Percy or Chiron or frickin' Annabeth. I don't care who it is. The fact that he did this all out of love is really weird for his character. The Cupid thing just kind of came out of nowhere and happened, and then it was just gone. But A+ to Jason Grace for being such a good bro. Any extra stuff? Oh yeah, Octavia needs to die now. Don't like him around. I don't want him around anymore. Reina is wonderful and awesome. Romans, please don't attack the camp. It's hard to say what's going to happen next. I had a pretty decent idea after the Son of Neptune, just because there was a lot of build-up. Okay, the Greeks and Romans are going to come together. This probably isn't going to work out too well. And I mean, I was right. Am I right? I was right. For this one, it's kind of like, well, there's giants now, guys. So I'm not really sure where we're going to be going with this. Rick Riordan, it's been said that 2 of your main characters are definitely going to die in the new book, The Blood of Olympus. Counteroffer, what if, hear me out, what if none of your characters die? Ever. Freaking brilliant, right? I don't know what to expect in this new book. It's freaking me out. I don't want anyone to die. I don't want to die. If anyone dies, I die. I don't want to